the public policy. So it's very easy for us. That's why we are lawyers. That's in our blood. But only way to, if you want closure, use the right word closure. Closure, the only possibility is to have either that section 28 to give an equitable jurisdiction to the tribunal, becomes the end of it. 2, under section 30, go for a settlement on mediated or settled terms. That will close everything.
Thank you, sir.
But so that raises a very interesting topic. Now I think if a party wants to drag out proceedings more, allegations of breach of data privacy can become a parallel challenge and can take it into a different tangent altogether. You can probably stifle all enforcements on this
The
basis.
compensation that somebody could claim or that breach is again arbitrary, sir. Like I might claim a compensation stating that my brand is worth so and so.
Another arbitration clause for that.
Yeah.
Which means that a round of litigation again keeps on increasing.
Coming back to Sir's original point, right? So he said this is not, we have to resolve the disputes. It has to end somewhere. It's not just having a system for dealing with the disputes. You have to actually look at the resolution. Where I suppose we'll go back to mediation, which is honestly the best way to close something is when both parties are satisfied. If both are not satisfied or equally dissatisfied, it'll never end. So unfortunately, I guess we are stuck with that system of things dragging on, but perhaps more court infrastructure, more institutions, more arbitration institutions, more trained
Putting an
arbitrators.
absolute quietus to such kind of issues probably isn't proposed anywhere, is what I understand, sir. If something is there, do let us know.
No, it's fearful actually. Litigators, I see litigators probably using this as another way to drag on enforcement proceedings. I believe someone in the last row has a question.
Thank you. My name is Pavan Srinivas, and I'm an advocate who's practiced in England and Wales as a solicitor and in Dubai as well. And so to answer your question earlier, and taking on that question also, there is a bit of a danger in the solution being proposed, which is in an arbitration when someone's personal information is disclosed and it puts that person in danger, in physical danger because of that disclosure. So for instance, I was in an investment treaty arbitration against a Middle Eastern state where the investor was also conducting business in that state. But there was a lot of confidentiality about who the promoters of the investor were, who the parties involved in that investment treaty arbitration were. Because if that information got leaked out, there was risk of retaliation. Now, there is no way that you can mediate these kind of things. Rather, even if you mediate, what protection are you going to give these people when they are very much in the country itself against whom they're suing that country? Now, I understand this is very limited to investment treaty arbitration, but how would you address this kind of a...
Depends on the stage where you mediate. If you see a potential for the data disclosure and then mediation, please avoid that. Then have a mediation at the very initial stage. Because mediation is for not finding an answer to a question. Mediation is finding a solution to a problem. Therefore, do it at the very initial stage so that there are no sensitive disclosures. That's one way of doing. That's the prudence that we use. No? In commercial parlance, 50% is your prudence. In advocacy, it is skill. But in commerce, you need prudence. You have to see beyond what even the lawyers could see.
Is there any other question, anyone? Okay. Yes.
What about publication of awards? That's one thing Malviya just asking. This high risk.
So I've always been concerned with that because when there's a challenge and then the 34 petition goes, your entire award is part of the 34 petition and that's public. So at least your awards you can still keep secure to some extent. But the facts are so extensively produced in high court judgments